So for starters, how much does it suck being in an X-Men movie?
Sucks.
It's
Pretty hard.
yeah.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
hard.
there's nightmares and there's nightmares.
Yeah.
I just keep spitting today.
Why do you keep spinning?
I don't know. I guess
I'm drenched. Covered in spit.
spit.
Spit everywhere.
So Sophie, I have to ask you because with Game of Thrones, playing Sansa, you've had a rough time.
Yes.
And now as Jean Grey, and especially in this film, it feels like you've kind of embraced your power to an extent, although you struggle with it. I'm curious if that's freeing to you to be able to play a role like that in comparison to Game of Thrones.
It is very freeing because I'm so used to playing like the oppressed person. And it's really nice to have a character who really kind of comes into her own and is able to embrace all the things that she doesn't like so much about herself and utilize them for the greater good.
The greater good.
And it's fun to just not cry. You know?
That's true. Well, I don't know. Do you cry in this one? At least not
What, in
like
Thrones or
not
in
like
X-Men?
babbling. No, in X-Men Apocalypse,
Oh, like maybe like one tear.
like one tear.
Yeah.
That's nothing. in
Like it was on
comparison.
her contract.
Emotional.
She would only give one tear.
Only
I'll
one.
only give
It costs a
one.
lot.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're lucky for this tear.
Now, Evan, for your part, I mean, you're such a huge like fan favorite with Days of Future Past, and it seems like in
Yep.
this one, you're like the person that's having the most fun on screen. So I'm curious if that. I mean, was it as much fun playing that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blast. I mean, shooting that thing is it's long. It takes a long time, but it's fun. You know, you're doing something really really weird and kind of cool, and the special effects are amazing. So I love special effects. So I was really excited to be a part of that scene for sure. So I just had a blast.
And then Olivia, you fought like pretty hard in terms of like keeping the look and the integrity of the character for Psylocke. I'm curious, what was the most important thing to you in getting right with Psylocke?
In the X-Men movies, the costumes have usually been inspired by the comic books, but to me, I felt that because Psylocke was such a visually iconic character, it had to be just like the comics, and thankfully he was on board with that. And that if my character's being introduced, there had to be a strong fight scene, because that is something that is such a huge characteristic of Psylocke, and those are two things that that were very important to me when I signed on to the movie. And thankfully, they were cool with it. In the end, we shot so much of the fight scene, and Brian kept, I think maybe like a little less than half of what we actually shot. So it'll be cool to see the whole finished one later, probably on a DVD or something, because he was really great about letting me like shoot and get so much of the fight scene.